Wilbur could not help but sigh. Wilbur knew something was up from the moment he heard the man's initial shouting. That was why he did not attack immediately. Instead, he wanted to know what was going on before doing anything. Sure enough, his patience has paid off. Calm down. Tell me what happened and let me see if I can fix it for you. If you keep going like this, you might lose everything and end up in jail for the rest of your life, Wilbur said. Tears streamed down the man's face, and he shook his head. I've got no choice. There's nothing I can do. You might not be able to solve the problem, but someone else might. Come on now. Tell me what happened. I might have a solution. Perhaps the man really wanted to let it out. He started talking after Wilbur coaxed him. A year ago, I was scammed by Kenji Zane. He made me lose up to $10 million in his casino, then persuaded me to take a loan from loan sharks. A year later, the interest racked up to about $30 million and I had no way of paying it. They took over my company and kicked me out. So now I've got nothing left. My wife and kids left me, and I'm neck deep in debt. I don't want to live anymore. The man broke into a gut-wrenching sob after that, one that tugged at everyone's heartstrings. Wilbur shook his head as well. The man had been tricked into a death trap. It was such a tragedy. Just then, a police siren sounded from both sides of the bridge once more. In no time, about 50 officers had surrounded Wilbur and the men completely with their guns pointed at the man. Wilbur looked around him and lowered his voice. You're in a lot of danger right now. Get back and lean against this car. The man was shocked. What did you say? Listen to me. I'm not gonna hurt you, Wilbur said, raising his arms as he slowly walked backward with the man in tow to lean against an SUV, during which the blade of the man's knife was still pointed at Wilbur's neck. Just then, a tall, strong-looking woman in a white shirt and jeans walked over with her hands in the air as she shouted, Hey bro, I'm not armed. Please don't hurt the victim. The man shouted, Don't come any closer. Stop right where you are. The woman took 2 slow steps forward before stopping around 4 to 5 meters in front of the two men. Don't be rash, bro. Let's stop this out. The man tightened his grip on the knife in his hand, and Wilbur's head leaned backward from the gesture. The woman panicked. No. Don't do it. You'll get into a lot of trouble if you murder someone. Wilbur spoke up too. Dude, I'm doing this for your own good. It really won't be any good for you to do this to someone like me. I've got no choice. I don't care anymore. I'm sorry, the man said, his chest heaving. Wilbur whispered, Why didn't you go to the police over this? I did. They said that it was an economic dispute and was not enough to be considered a serious report. The man said, shaking his head. Wilbur was at a loss as well. Stuff like this happened too often. These people had a whole team of specialized lawyers to plan for them and make full use of legal loopholes. It was, honestly, a pretty devastating situation. The man seemed to grow increasingly angered, and the knife in his hands shook dangerously close to Wilbur's neck as he trembled with rage. Anyone else would have been scared out of their wits by that. Wilbur, however, was more than capable enough of taking the man down just like that, but he did not wish to do so. The guy had it bad enough as it was. He needed all the help he could get.